Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So February is almost upon us, and it's time again to showcase a few of the upcoming titles we get to jump into. Now this list is not comprehensive and will briefly touch on each game. I'll also have a few of the videos coming up covering some outstanding JRPGs coming out, as well as some old school remasters coming back to life. So let's check out the first title, which is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now this is an action RPG coming out February 2nd, developed by Rocksteady Studios and published by Warner Brothers Games. Now this is a third-person action shooter that will ask the misfit Suicide Squad to save the world from the Justice League. The heroes who once protected this open world now must be defeated by the likes of Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark. Now each member has a traversal mechanic to navigate the battlefield, as well as a very unique playstyle and combat experience. Suicide Squad can be played single player or with up to 3 friends via co-op. Now, the dev team tells us we can expect a continuously evolving Metropolis with new playable villains, weapons, environments, and in-game events. Now, this game can be enjoyed on the PS5, the Xbox Series X and S, and the Windows PC. So next up we have Helldivers 2, coming out February 8th, developed by Arrowhead Game Studios and published by PlayStation PC. Now I showcased this game a little more in depth a few days ago, and I'll leave a card above for that video, but this is another third-person action co-op shooter that looks like a bloody good time. So basically we are the galaxy's last line of offense, and we must repel the Terminids and rogue robots that are hell-bent to destroy everything and everyone by any means necessary. Now in squads of 4, we must carry out specific missions with teamwork, as well as unleashing a deep arsenal of weaponry. Now keep in mind, friendly fire is always on, so we must be careful with explosives and ensure team communication. Now we will gain requisition along the way to bolster ourselves, our squad, or our destroyer to rain down even more destruction. Now this anticipated sequel will be releasing for the PS5 and the Windows PC.
A legend.
Next up we have Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. This action RPG is coming out February 13th and is developed by Don't Nod and published by Focus Entertainment. Now man oh man, what a beautiful game this should be. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden combines an emotional story with epic combat and gameplay. Now, the couple of Red and Antea are ghost hunters that embark on missions to protect the living. Now, during their final mission, Antea is fatally wounded and now has become a specter herself. The story follows these two lovers as they attempt to liberate Antea and continue solving haunting cases in the lore-rich world. After her death, Antea now has access to magical and spiritual powers to go along with Red's physical weaponry. We will be able to play as both characters, combining magic and traditional weaponry that can be fused together to unleash powerful attacks. Now along the way we will unlock new gear and abilities, uncover ancient secrets about New Eden, and find hidden mysteries throughout the world. This is a game where choices really do matter, and that each choice affects the story and those caught in it. Now, Banishers Ghosts of New Eden looks like a day one for me, as this refreshing single-player game looks visually stunning, and the gameplay looks to really suck you in. So enjoy this emotional story on the PS5, the Xbox Series X and S, and the Windows PC. So it looks like Nintendo did not want to be left off the remake bandwagon this month. So introducing Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which first entered our hearts back in 2004 for the Game Boy Advance. Now this game is a puzzle platformer coming out February 16th, developed and published by Nintendo. Now as I mentioned, this is a puzzle platformer, and it puts Mario and Donkey Kong at odds once again, as DK has stolen all of the mini Marios from the toy factory, and Mario must set out to get them back. Now as Mario, we must solve puzzles across 8 distinct worlds as we evade enemies, dodge hazards, and use tools throughout the worlds. Mario must use his acrobatic moves to jump, swing, climb, and backflip his way across each world to find keys, pick up mini Marios, and defeat Donkey Kong at the end of each world. Now thankfully, a friend can join in and play as Toad to help Mario in co-op mode. So get ready to jump back into this beloved platformer for the Nintendo Switch in mid-February.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
So you ready to be a pirate? If so, Skull and Bones is the game for you, as it revolves around piracy and naval warfare with a setting in the 17th century. Now this action-adventure game is coming out February 16th and is developed and published by Ubisoft. Now in Skull and Bones, players will be able to take control of a customizable pirate ship that can be outfitted with just about anything, as well as equipping weapons such as mortars, cannons, and rockets. And we'll also be able to ram opponents and board their ship. Now, Skull and Bones will offer up a single-player campaign, but the game can also be enjoyed in multiplayer PvP with up to 5 other players. Now, as I mentioned, we will be able to fully customize our ship and can craft up to 10 different ships, each having their own perks. Now, finding the right playstyle for you will be crucial as you look to garner more reputation and gain infamy as a pirate of the seas. So get ready to explore this vast, lush world filled with treasure while evading unpredictable weather, deadly wildlife, and of course other cutthroat pirates that want to see you dead. Now, coming out for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, the Windows PC, and the Amazon Luna, Skull and Bones looks like a treasure hunter's dream. Now, if you're looking for an open world survival game with a strong emphasis on crafting, look no further than Nightingale. This open world survival game is coming out February 22nd and is developed and published by Inflexion games. Now, you're stranded beyond your world and we are left fighting for survival in a beautiful and dangerous Fey realm. Now, our goal is to become a realm walker where we can navigate the realm portals and discover the human city of Nightingale. Now, throughout the game we must explore forests and swamps and deserts while unlocking portals and simply trying to survive. We must cook and build shelters, harvest resources, and of course craft tools and weaponry to enhance our chances of survival. Now, also along the way we will discover new schematics to assemble upgraded equipment and weapons to aid us. Now, our buildable shelter can be upgraded along the way into an impressive estate where other NPCs will come to assist with the homestead. Now, Nightingale allows us to freely roam the realms, which we can do solo or in multiplayer, which is housed in a shared world realmscape. We can combine our strengths and work together to survive and even thrive as we outwit the fearsome creatures that await us. So get ready for this early access title in late February. Now, next up, this is a remake of the original that came out in 2013, which is called Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. And this action adventure will come out February 28th, developed by Avantgarden and published by 505 Games. Now, in this game we can expect an update to graphics, performance, and gameplay, while keeping true to the emotional tale filled with discovery, loss, and adventure. Now, the original game was outstanding and was hailed by critics, so I'm sure this new iteration will follow in its predecessor's footsteps. Now, the story follows two brothers who seek to find a cure to save their father and must rely on each other for protection and for overcoming obstacles. Players must solve puzzles, discover hidden stories, and fight deadly bosses along the way. The development team has recreated the original game, but has also added new secrets to be discovered. Now, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons can be played in single-player mode, or can also be enjoyed in local co-op with a friend, each controlling one of the brothers. Now, as a fan of the original myself, I cannot wait to get my hands on this title. It will be coming out the end of February for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the PC. And last up, we have Sons of the Forest, coming out February 22nd and developed by Endnight Games and published by Newnight. Now, the days of early access are over and it's time for the full release. Sons of the Forest sends us to a remote island to find a billionaire, only to find a cannibal-infested hellhole. Now, we must craft, build, and survive in single player or with up to 8 friends. Now, this survival horror game gives us the freedom to go about the world as we wish, but we will encounter mutated creatures which we must dispose of with whatever we can get our hands on, such as pistols, axes, stun batons, and more. Now, crafting in the game is also up to the player. Now, thankfully, we will have the help of NPCs to gather resources and even help in battle. Now, we also have the choice to build as we wish and kind of wherever we want. The world we get to explore will be very large and, of course, pretty deadly. We must collect and store meat and other resources to survive the cold winter months as well. Now, this game has seen a lot of praise in its early access days, and I hope the soon-to-be-released version is complete and ready to go. Sons of the Forest should be a fun experience, single player or with friends, and it will be released for the PC on February 22nd. So hopefully something on this list gets you fired up for February, or you now have a few additional games to add to your backlog. Either way, you're welcome. Have a great day, everyone.